What's up, guys? I figured I would pop on here and just open up for some chats about recovering from bicep surgery or torn biceps injury, really recovering from any kind of injury. I've been noticing a big response on this channel. You guys are, obviously going through something, or you have experienced a torn biceps, I should say, and you're looking for some either advice or just questions about recovering from the surgery and or the injury. And I'm just opening it up. First time on this live chat or YouTube live, so I'm gonna get the ball rolling. I like speaking about it. If I can help in any sort of way, I am here for you guys. But I want to talk about things that I've done to ensure I didn't gain fat during my time off from the gym, and also what I did to rebuild myself back up and to get back in the game as quickly as possible. So I'm here talking biceps, torn biceps. Is there a chat on this thing? Let me see this. So what I did when I tore my biceps, I was doing something silly, by the way, and was trying to pull myself up on a TRX and pull my legs through. Long story short, I ended up like this, heard the noise, and didn't actually feel anything, because when it rips, you can see that when your biceps tendon rips, it severs the nerve, so you really don't have any pain. Those of you who have experienced it before, so it's a little bit, you hear the noise, but you don't feel it. So anyway, long story short, I was actually on my way to California to judge a bodybuilding competition that same day, so I couldn't go in for surgery as quickly as I wanted to. So it was like, by the time I got back from California and went to the doctor, it was probably like 2 weeks. And the doctors gave me a warning, we might not be able to pull the bicep down, because what happens is that as soon as it rips, it coils up into the arm, into the delt up here, into the top part of the bicep. So he said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull it down because it's been 2 weeks. So I may have to use a tendon from an animal. I think they use pig, and they attach it and they pull it down, and they're able to get that bicep, reattached. But I was lucky. I feel grateful that he was able to reattach the bicep. But he, definitely warned me about it. Said I might lose a little bit of my peak, but I think it's actually pretty even with the other side. Maybe a little bit here. You have a little space in between here. See that space? And here, not so much anymore, because it's a little bit shorter. So I do feel it as far as, a shorter range of motion on my right side, even though I do some stretching and I try to, fix that. But anyway, I took 16 weeks off in the gym. Doctor gave me clearance to go back to working out after 3 weeks, 4 weeks. He said you can do some light cardio, do some, exercises if you want for lower body. But I was enjoying the ride, and I just took 16 weeks off of nothing. So I didn't do anything. I didn't even break a sweat. To be honest with you, I actually loved it. It was like a guilt-free permission slip to not work out. So I took advantage of that. But what I did do is, first of all, that's the first time I took 16 weeks off ever in my 30 years of weight training, of bodybuilding. That's the first time I've ever taken longer than maybe a week, maybe 10 days off of the gym. So, those of you who are struggling with the fact that you might not be able to work out, it's all right. It's all right. Just the biggest thing I can say is that if you don't take the time to recover, it's only going to potentially lead to more injuries down the road, and you're not going to ever get back in the game close to where you're at. It's just going to be this constant your body's going to be constantly trying to heal itself, and you're not going to ever give yourself a chance to get back. So that was my biggest fear. So I just took 16 weeks off. I love saying that because it's a reminder that, just because you take some time off does not mean you can't get back into the game and be even stronger. But anyway, let me digress here, or regress, I should say. So in order for me to, keep my physique and not get fat, not gain fat as much as I was not working out, I didn't want to keep on eating the amount of food I was eating, because eventually you're going to start retaining, you're going to start storing body fat. So what I did was I went to like a modified intermittent fasting method. And I say modified because I think I did like maybe 14 hours. So it wasn't the full 16 that they recommend, or 18. I'm not even sure what, different methods are obviously anywhere from 12 to 16. But I took about 14 hours in between meals. And I did something really simple, is I didn't eat until about 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. I had my first meal, my first nutrition coming in besides water. I had a power shake at about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I stopped my last meal about 6-7 p.m. So I only ate from 12 to 6, and I had a power shake in the morning with all my proteins and my collagen and my peanut butter and my fruit. Had some fruit in there. So I did a big, huge shake in the morning, like 12 o'clock. And then that carried me over until about, 2 or 3 or 4. And then I had a meal, which was, whatever, chicken, rice, potato, or chicken, potato, greens, or beef, greens, rice, whatever, a nice balanced meal. And then I had another small meal after that, and that was it. So when you're going through these injuries, again, rest is super important, but also nutrition, so you don't gain fat while you're taking time off, right? So if you're not using the energy in the gym working out, then you got to compensate with that nutrition, or you're going to start storing body fat, which is obviously not what you want to do if you're looking to have an aesthetic physique and see your hard work. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. I'm just going to throw this up there. I do want to start doing more of the lives, and I saw a big response from my bicep video. So it is 3 years post, and great feedback. Even when I say something on Instagram about my personal injury, I get the feedback of you guys you're in a similar state where you're kind of like, you work your ass off and you build this muscle, and then you have to lay off in the gym. So it can be a little bit of a mental stress, so to speak. But I'm going to throw this up there, and you guys keep on firing your questions, and I'll keep answering. But I just wanted to give a quick little video for you guys and explain what I did to not get fat, not gain fat. And I was a little soft because I didn't work out. I didn't have that like density in my muscles. But after the 16 weeks, I was actually a few pounds lighter than I started with the injury. So recovery, don't rush the recovery process. Taper down your food a little bit. Maybe try an intermittent fasting method. And when it's time to get back into the game, go slowly. You'll get to where you were and beyond. It's inevitable. You're going to get there. You just can't rush it. If you rush it, it's going to be, worse for you down the road. But that's my 9 minutes. I'm up. Guys, believe in yourself. Trust the process and practice patience. I appreciate your comments on this YouTube thing here. And you'll see more of me doing these lives. But that's a wrap. Peace.